Okay, so we continue with our Kitzur Shulchan Aruch class, and we start with the Sefer Shmiras Haloshon, and the topic is David's acceptance. Okay, the Siddur teach that one who speaks Lashon Hara is fit to be stoned. Arachim 15b. So that's what these class did today. Right? The following lends support to the statement of the sages, whose teachings are true and everlasting. Their teachings are true and everlasting. So one more time. The following lends support these statements of the sages, whose teachings are true and everlasting. Okay. So what is the story? In an incident recorded in the book of Shmuel, David HaMelech was, according to the sages, guilty of accepting Lashon Hara. In the very next incident, David, as he fled during the rebellion of his son, Avshalom, was cursed and stoned by Shimi ben Gera. The word, and behold, with which the second narrative begins, in Shmuel, indicates the connection between the two episodes. This implies that for transgression of Lashon Hara prohibition, one is fit to be stoned as David was by Shimi, after he had been guilty of such an infraction. So let's try to understand what are we talking about. Okay, somehow I don't have your videos, guys. It's me or you listen. Okay, no problem. So like just a general story. What happened? So when David was running from his son Avshalom, right? He met this guy. I think he was Mishbosheth, one of the sons of Shaul. I think his name, if I remember correctly, his name was Mephibosheth or something like this, right? And his servant came with food provision, and David said, "Where is your master?" He said, "No, my master is actually he doesn't like you anyway, but I'm always on your side." And David got angry. "I was so good to your master. How come he's like when the tides like changed, like it's against me, my son is against me. So now he's also against me." So he said, "You know what? I'm going to take whatever I gave to your master, Mephibosheth, and I'm going to give it to you." So basically, he accepted Lashon Hara without any qualification, without checking. And the next episode, as they say, when he was about to cross the Jordan River to go like beyond the river, so this guy Shimi ben Gera, from I think they're from Ephraim. I think. I mean, he was I think so. So he actually cursed David and starts throwing in stones. And this assistant of David said, "Let me kill this dog." And David said, "No, stop. That's not him. That's HaShem." So right, that's HaShem is angry with me, not this guy. So basically, the thing that we learned that David actually can recognize. So it's not this guy that is against me. It's a hand of HaShem. That's a big lesson for us that we learn. And second lesson that we learn, it's measure for measure. He accepted Lashon Hara. He did the sin, and he was as this word and behold. So they say connection. He was he in some sense was deserving to be stoned. Of course, he was throwing small stones, but the illusion is there. Illusion. Okay, continue. Parenthetically, the above is indicative of David's exalted holiness and righteousness. For Scripture makes it clear that David was as yet unaware that he has sinned and accepted slanderous report. Yet, when one of his officers said that Shmini be punished for his blasphemous behavior, David responded, Hashem told him. There is inspired him to curse. So basically, this is the story. David, without knowing, but David he acknowledged his fault, his own fault, and accepted. David, without knowing how and when he had sinned, recognized the fact that Hashem would not have permitted Shimi to act as he did. Had he, David, been... Okay, sorry, I don't know why it's popping out. One more time, I apologize. David, without knowing how and when he had sinned, recognized the fact that Hashem would not have permitted Shimi to act as he did. Sorry. Okay. So meaning that David, he did not know that whatever he did was a sin. Right?
However.
Baruch Hashem, nice to see you. So even though David did not know exactly what he did wrong, right? He did not know, but on one hand, but on another hand, so he knew that it was absolutely his fault. Whatever Hashem sent me, it was a punishment, and it was exactly his fault. Okay, that's what he accepted. Okay. Therefore, he would not allow his men to attack Shimon. So Hashem sent him. For whatever reason, it means it's my fault. Okay. Right. So let's stop here. You continue. So I want to learn today about one of the topics that we learned before, right? And somebody said that that's a proper way to do as we learn. That's the reason for us learning these halachas is in order to live by them, not just say that it's very interesting, makes sense, does not make sense. So basically, I'm going to explain what was the situation, and we're going to say what halacha is. So basically, like it's proper to if it's possible. So the best way to do the mitzvah of praying is in front of the wall. Right in front of well, without any interruption. Of course, if it's not possible, a lot of people in a shul, so you pray in different places. You try not to stay right behind somebody else, maybe a little to the side, but the best way, if possible, to pray behind the wall. Okay, so we're going to learn quickly. It's very short halacha, maybe one and a half. We're going to learn because it's also something applicable. So it's Shulchan Aruch, Siman number 90, and Sif 21. So the topic of this Siman is the place situated suitable for praying. So it's 21, so meaning it's very, very, very long Sif. Okay, so it says, when one prays, it is required that he should not be, that there should not be any object which interposes between himself and the wall. Ooh. So it's right away it tells you that the best way to be next to the wall, so there is no interposition. So let's say, right? The Mishnah Brura comments. So he said, for it is stated, and his kiyavu turned his face to the wall and prayed. So just it's not our subject, but in few words, because it's very, very important like story in Tanakh about Hiskiyahu when prophet Nathan, he came and said, Hashem said, that's it, you are out. He's going to kill you. And I'm skipping the whole story, but Hiskiyahu said, I'm a descendant of David, Hamelach. And we have a tradition in our family that even if the sharp sword lays on my neck, we continue praying. So you told me that Hashem is going to take my soul tomorrow, whatever. Okay, you did your part, but I'm going to pray. And he was sick because of this, right? And so he turned his face to the wall. Right now he was laying like on the side and he was praying. And of course HaShem changed and he sent him recovery. He changed the decree and stuff like that. Okay, that's the story. Okay.
Rabbi, question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So this is a principle. So my question is like this. For example, with the going next to the wall, so on and so forth. When is it better? Because, for example, this is like mamish halacha. When is it better to not go next to, like, let's say, a wall or something, because other Jews might not like you going next to the wall, or you're such a tzaddik going next to the wall,
Yes.
or versus when you should go to halacha? When, which one is which?
Okay, so it's a good question. Let's finish with halacha, so we have all of the details, and then we're going to answer. Agree? Okay, yeah. Let's go. Yeah. So the way I see, like, before we decide, we should have as much information as possible. Okay, so Mishnah Berurah continues. Nevertheless, this is only required in order to fulfill mitzvah in a choice manner. But the no prohibition involved. One needs to have interposition, interposing object in front of him because of the cramped area available. Right. So I mean, if it's only small space is available and something in front of him, there is no problem. Basically, right? Proper way, the choicest way is in front of the wall. But if not multiple too many people, so of course you can do whatever you can. So the choicest way, meaning that you can fulfill the mitzvah of tzitzis. I give you a first example that popped in my head, right? So with nylon tzitzis, basically. Some people say if it's 4-corner garment, you can put tzitzis and you find basically, right? And you can even put cotton tzitzis, right? So let me explain. I know you can have cotton, like material cotton, but the tzitzis of wool. But the best way, according to everybody, the best way is wool with wool. That's it. That's the best way. So in this case, so like some things, so people say no, it's acceptable. Let's do the best way, right? But in some things they do like leniently. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, and do not want to beautify the mitzvah. Okay, go ahead.
I'll ask you a very simple question. So if someone makes, let's say, a cut in his shirt, right, on both sides, he has to put on tzitzis?
Yes. But it has to be like mostly open. Like small cut is not going to. It's like at least half, or like not half. Majority of the short should be like cut. And whatever you just said, it's a famous story that happened like after Holocaust, when the survivors were going to America, like they were like sitting on a boat, like on the top deck, and one rabbi stood up and said, "I have tzitzis ready, right? So we have to do like lot or some like something." To figure out like because many people want the tzitzis, and one man jumped up right from his seat and he ripped his short exactly as you said. Mostly he said, I must get the tzitzis, because all of them did not have the garment that required the tzitzis, right? But he said, like, of course that's what he did. If he tried to run, it's a different story. But he, in that point, he required the tzitzis. Understand? Okay, so continue.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
About this sit. I read somewhere that the string must go side, not directly down, from up to down.
I didn't get that. The string.
Yes, that the string. It has not to go straight down, but slightly to the left or to the side.
I'm not sure that's it. So he's the tzitzis. So he's the tzitzis. So what
yes, in the hole that has not to go straight down, but to a side.
I think he means diagonal.
No. No. I mean, it goes. I'll show you the tzitzis. So it goes like this down. I'm sure. You think it should go this way? Like
Yes,
put it back?
No.
It should
In
go
a
down.
Sephardic rabbi was
I don't know.
teaching that.
I don't. Let's. I don't know. If you send me more information, we can look into it. But okay, let's. Since this is not our subject now, so let's not get confused. So we're talking about praying, but please send me information. We can look into it. Okay. So one more time. So Mishnah Brura says, nevertheless, this is only required in order to fulfill the mitzvah in a choice manner. Meaning, it's not possible that all of the people would can pray next to the wall. Why? Because they would face all of the different directions. But you must face east. You must face at least, if it's not east, Aron Kodesh, at least minimum, right? Okay.
Rabbi, it counts as facing the Aron Kodesh if, let's say, let's say since you're staying to the wall and the Aron Kodesh is over there, right? So
yeah,
you're not.
No problem.
Okay. Understand.
There is no problem. Okay, so continue. So this sentence from the beginning. Nevertheless, this is only required in order to fulfill the mitzvah or in a choice manner, but no prohibition is involved if one needs to have the interposing object in front of him because of the cramped area available. So he has a table right in front of him. There is no problem. Consequently, when it is impossible to pray otherwise easily, as happened in occasion when a group of 10 or more people pray together in some room, like small room, and it is impossible for every person to stand and pray without an object interposing between himself and the wall, one should not defer his prayer because of this in order to go to another room to pray. So basically pray with the minyan. So if you have possibility to go to the wall, that's the best way. If not, so okay, well, what can you do? So don't go to a different room, pray next to the wall, stay in this room, and pray not next to the wall, even if it's without interposition. Nevertheless, he should close his eyes in such a case and pray from his Siddur without looking outside of the Siddur, so that his application will not come to be disturbed as a result of the interposing object in front of him. So what does it mean? Let me just explain, then you ask the question. So basically, because he's not standing next to the wall, he's going to see this table, he's going to see books on the table, he's going to see people around him, right? Painting, whatever he's going to see. So now his mind is going to be distracted. And they say for your mind not to get distracted. So what do? You look in the Siddur. It's always proper to look at the Siddur, or you close your eyes. So if you're just listening, for example, for a repetition of Shmiras, proper way to follow. Let's say you don't follow, it's just listening. You're listening, okay, so you close your eyes because why? You're going to get distracted with this interposing object with people in front of you. When it's standing next to the wall, so it's implying if you read through the words. So it says the best way, you have less distraction. Understand? Okay, question? Go ahead.
As far as I understood from what you read the halacha, so it's okay if I have a stender between me and the wall?
Yes. Yeah.
If I need it, right? But if I don't need it, then it's not.
Exactly.
Because I also read in the Kitzur, I think, is that let's say there's an object that doesn't move, it's stuck in its place, right?
Yes.
Then that also counts as the wall. It doesn't count as a separation.
Exactly. We're going to get to it. Yes.
Okay. So a stender, if you don't need it, it does count as a separation. If you do need it, it doesn't count as a separation.
No, but it is a separation. But if you're not, for example, I give you an example. So you came not to your shul to somebody else's shul, and there is somebody's stender. You're not going to move it because the person is going to go crazy. You understand? For example, what happened in the show where I went this morning, there is a president's seat, and somebody came before president and sat in his seat. So everybody, whoa, what is going to be now? You understand? And today's Tuesday, and the president comes on Tuesday. On Mondays he does not come, but on Tuesday he comes. Understand? So, but he took it very nicely. He came to the person, talked to him, and stuff like that. And okay, very, very nice. But basically, if it's your standard and you came to a different shul and there is somebody and you start moving his books, he should take it easy. I said, don't touch. So all right.
So the mitzvah is still fulfilled in the best manner next to the wall, even if you have a stender in front of you.
Yes. So these things that needed for prayer, it's not considered to be an interruption. So you just a little ahead. But that's what we're going to say. Okay. So one more time the Shulchan Aruch, and we continue. One who prays is required that there should be not any object which interposes between himself and the wall. So Shulchan Aruch is very clear. Even if one is far away from the wall and stands in the middle of the synagogue, he should also take care that an object does not interpose between himself and the wall. Very interesting. So it does not mean that you stand even directly next to the wall, even away from the wall, but should not be any interposition, if possible, of course. However, Prima Gadim adopts the view that if the interposition is beyond the 4 cubits, so meaning like 8 feet, as we said, like 2 meters approximately, 8 cubits from one, it is considered to be a different area, and he is therefore allowed to pray with the interposition between himself and the wall. The Maggid Gibraltar rules likewise. Okay, so we can count on this opinion also. Maggid Avraham, the greatest posek. Okay, continue. Shulchan Aruch. Permanently placed article, as David was telling us, such as cabinet or a chest, is not ruled as an interposition. Okay, so commentaries, Mishnah Brura says, or our beds, which are intended for a line on, and not normally moved from place to place, are torn as permanently placed articles, and are therefore not ruled as the interposing object. Therefore, there are authorities who dispute this, and it is desirable to be stringent if possible. So, meaning if you pray at home, so don't pray next to your bed. So if you possible, go to the other side of your bed and pray directly to the wall. And that's proper way. So always the best way to the wall, the interposition, not interposition. Okay, so this interposition is like after the fact. There is no problem, basically. Okay, continue. So continue position. So continue. Only large articles which are the height of 10 cubits, or 10 hand breadths, sorry, 10 cubits, 10 hand breadths, and a width of 4 hand breadths is considered interposition. But the small articles is not considered interruption. A living creature is likewise not ruled as interposition. Even human being is not ruled as interposition. So let's see what does it all mean. So this Mishnah Brura. Okay, we said that only a large article which has a height of 10 hand breadths. So 10 hand breadths is like around 35 to 40 inches, basically. So it's like in one second. So it's like around 1 meter high. Okay, go ahead. Yes.
So let's say 2 people were standing in front of me, okay?
Yeah.
And both took up 4 amis to the wall, okay? So I'm on the 5th amis from the wall, okay? My question is like this. Now, both of them shouldn't count as a separation. So even though I'm 5 amis away from the wall, does it count as if I'm next to the wall or no?
I don't think it counts like it's you're next to the wall, but they do not count as interposition. So one does not this is derived from another, I think.
So
two separate things. Okay. So basically you okay, go ahead.
Okay. So let's say I'm 3 amas away, right? Then 2 people are in front of me. Do 2 people count as a separation or no?
No. So people, as we're going to see in the end of this sieve, they're never consider it to be separation.
Understand.
And plus, I mean, they are. So I mean, heights wise, like right, for sure they're more than 40 inches, right? It's 4 inches is like 5 years old kid probably, right? So, but what Shulchan Aruch says, it's only big article, tall articles. So let's see. The Tas, who states that any article which serves for the sake of prayer is not considered an interruption. So that's what was your question about Stender. Even if it is large. This applies, for example, to the table in a house to which a Siddur is placed. Or the Stender also they higher than 40 inches, right? That is why it has become a practice that everyone in synagogue has a small table called Stender, guess what? Stender in double quotes, in front of him, on which the Siddur is placed. Although this tabletop has the height of 10 handbreadths and the breadth of 4 handbreadths, so it's like like 60, like 15 inches or so. Other achronim likewise write this. Okay, so basically articles that you need, the furniture, whatever you need for services, are not interruption. So one more time, the whole line, and we're going to explain. Only large articles with heights of 10 handbreadths and width of 4 handbreadths. So commentary. It is considered an interposition with respect to this ruling, even if one is only width of 4 handbreadths, above but not below. So basically, it's Mishnah Berurah is brilliant. So even on top, like on top, it's 4 handbreadths, but on the bottom it's not. Like I give you, I think that's a good example. Olden Stenders, so they've got this platform on top for a book to put a book on, and then it's going to have leg, and leg would be, I don't know, maybe 3 inches, like square, right? So and then the bottom. So of course the bottom is not this 3 inches, has nothing to do with 15, and bottom is also less than that. So but he said that there is no problem because top is it has this 4 handbreadths. So okay, so if 10 by 4, so it's considered interposition, but the small article is not considered interposition. So when they have interposition and the mechitza, right? The word mechitza appears in Hebrew manuscript. Okay, continue. So Mishnah Berurah says the Pri Hadash dispute this. In his work Mamar Mordechai, the author writes likewise that this ruling of the Rema does not accord with that is implied by the words of Rambam in his response quoted by Beis Yosef. Nevertheless, according to all authorities, the benches in the synagogue are not considered the interposition since they are permanently placed. Okay, so basically there is no problem. And last line we said in this ruling, a living creature is likewise not ruled as interposition. Okay, even human being is not ruled as interposition. Gloss. Oh, actually, maybe should skip. Okay, quickly, I just gloss read so we don't skip things. It appears to me that a living creature is ruled as interposition. So now Rema, Ashkenazi Catholic is saying, right? Interposition, but human being is not. So basically, if there is a cow in front of you, so that's interposition. Right? Small dog is basically not, right? But human, is not interposition, right? Interposition. This appears to be the view of the poskim, and it may be that an error in entered the edition of the Shulchan Aruch at this point. Okay. Okay. So one more thing, and we stop and we go to our topic. So one more quick Shulchan Aruch. It says, Siman 22. There is an authority who says that one must take care to avoid praying behind anybody, and it is desirable to have regard for that. What he says. So he said, don't stand as I said before. So try to stand like a little to the side, this side or that side, but don't directly behind anybody. So one must take care to avoid the praying. So Mishnah Berurah says in the works Ma'amer Mordechai, the author writes that at the glance it is clear that this ruling requires examination, since it is impossible to be careful about this unless, I just added for myself, unless you stay next to the wall. And about this, for how can old people standing in a synagogue facing toward the wall without interruption of another person? So I mean, but if this place to the wall available, that's what you should take. It's the choicest way to fulfill the mitzvah. In a view of this, it seems reasonable to assume that even according to these authorities, a person is not fully considered an interruption to the extent that it is prohibited for anyone to pray behind the person. Sorry, okay. But it is merely an observance that one must be careful about when possible. So basically he said, okay, it's not like you prayed in front of, I don't know, a cow, it's still a person, but it's proper, like if you can move aside, move aside. Therefore, in a synagogue or somewhere like it, where one cannot act otherwise, it is self-understood that it is initially permitted to pray behind the person. Like if you have no choice. If you have a choice, you should not. However, a person who acts scrupulously should see, listen to this, that he has a fixed place to pray, which is against the wall. Ooh, that's what right? So if you like act scrupulously, you want to be close to HaShem. I don't want to have distraction, basically. It should be noted that from the beginning of the said paragraph until here, it is taken from the words of Ma'amar Mordechai. Blessed memory. Okay, so now we open for questions. Go ahead.
Yes, 2 questions. So
Yes.
number 1, does a shelf count as a permanent object or no? A shelf.
But
Shelf.
it attached to the wall, no?
No, not. I'll tell it this way. You'd need 10 people to move the shelf, obviously. 5 people.
No. When it usually is not moved, it means it's attached. So as we said about our beds, I'm not sure about the beds at that time, but today, like many beds, many bed frames have wheels, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you can simply like push them, and you can move from place to place. So even that, but even in this case, most poskim say, since we don't move it on a daily basis, okay, something roll under the bed and you move it away and move it to the side. That's a different story. It's not considered to be like a not permanent thing. Understand?
What about a door? Let's say you dive in front of a door. Does that count as
attached.
a wall?
It's like a wall. Yeah, it's like a wall. Just be careful not to get hit by the door. Somebody's going to open, but but it's also consideration. I mean, it's on one hand it's funny. On another hand, if you're going to listen attentively, maybe somebody is coming from another side of the door to open and now knock you, so you would not be able to concentrate. So better not to pray there. So if it's a door to the closet, let's say, right? There is a closet, so nobody's in the closet. There is no problem. So basically, did we answer the question?
Yes, very
So,
good.
okay, so I mean, people saying like from a thin mind, like why would say it's like Shulchan Aruch said many times. Mishnah Berurah says, of course, it's not obligation. Of course, it's impossible, like to have as this person as a pencil. Okay, whatever. It's not a pencil, but if it's proper, if it's possible for scrupulous people, if you care about praying, pray this way. So in all of the places that I went to, I always try to go in front. All of the clowns go to the back, and they speak. People closer to the front, usually the more serious people. That's what I noticed in all of the shuls that I went to. And they usually tend to speak less and more God-fearing people. Okay, so I want to be surrounded by God-fearing people than by clowns in the back. Simple.
Understood. So can you answer my question, please, about, people think you're a tzaddik if you go to the front, so they feel contempt, and maybe it's better to go back, so that you don't make them do a
Okay, so if they think that you're a person at tzaddik, let them come and consult him as a tzaddik, ask him questions, ask them for blessing, right? But if they think that they say maybe he's tzaddik and they start hating, so that's they simply hate him. I mean, if the place is available, he's not taking anybody's space. What is the problem? But there is a famous story. I'm sure you all heard this story, but I'm just want to remind you the story about Rabbi Akiva, right? When he married his wife Rachel, and Rachel said that you have to go to yeshiva. He said, okay, I have to go to yeshiva. Go to yeshiva. So he comes to yeshiva for adults and say, do you know this? Do you get Gemara? Do you know Mishnah? This? I think he does not know. He said, I know zero. Okay, so they laugh at him. You don't belong here. So where they accepted Rabbi Akiva is little boys. They are 4 or 5 years old boys. They can start talking. I mean, they start talking early. Okay, they can talk. They can learn aleph base, right? Alphabet. So Rabbi Akiva got accepted. So little boys were making fun of him. Say, whose grandpa you are? Right? He was 4 years old. And he was trying to learn with other boys. And these little boys, innocent boys, I mean, they did not know better, making fun, right? Making fun. So he got upset. I mean, I'm grown up man. He used to be a manager, big manager, right? And managing all of these horses, all of the other people. So he got upset. He came to his wife. He said, I cannot do it any longer. She said, you know what? I have a thing for you. So take a donkey, put a flower pot on a donkey and go to the market. He said, okay, just not to go to yeshiva, I am agreed to suffer this humiliation. So he went, and he came home later on. Wife said, so how did it go? He said, everybody laughed at me. I'm so full of the town. She said, very good, do it next day. When he came home, less people laughed. The next day, less people. After a few days, 3 people laughed, new people, that's it. All others, what is it to see? What is it to love? The donkey, the crazy guy with the donkey with his flower pot. You understand? So they would be upset or whatever. Say 1 day, 2 days. That's it. They took like it was always. That's it. That's my approach. People get used to things. They into themselves. They cannot concentrate. Okay.
Question. And so is that a principle? Meaning that let's say they're abundant. The rice or whatever it is, you're allowed to do it, even though other Jews might not like you doing it, as long as it's
no. Okay. I never said that. I said that about this one, but in some things it says in halacha, don't do it says clear. I give you a perfect example. Okay. There is a tefillin Rabbeinu Tam. Right, Rabbeinu Tam, we have four parshas in tefillin, right? For 4 pieces, and Rabbeinu Tam said that I don't remember. Number 2 and number 3 should be switched. Number 3 and then number 4 should be switched because this appears before this in the Torah. I don't remember exactly the reason. Doesn't matter. So he said that it should be different order. Okay, so we go by Rabbeinu Rashi. Rashi said that's normal tefillin. Everybody have this tefillin, okay? But some people who trying to be meticulous in their Torah observance, they say, whatever Rabbeinu Tam, right? So they would put this tefillin without blessing, say Shema Israel, say Psukim, take care of, and that's it.
Uh,
But it shows that you are considered like you're conscious about everybody's opinion. I mean, Rabbeinu Tam is not everybody's. He's a greatest rabbi, one of the greatest people ever lived on this world. Okay, don't think. But halacha is that Rashi. You go by Rashi. Halacha is by Rashi. You want to do extra according to all opinions. Go by Rabbeinu Tam. So it says unless you're known as a pious man, right? So so don't this Rabbeinu Tam you put in Rabbeinu Tam would be pretentious. Like so in one place, I don't want to say in all the places they went. So the guy would come with sweatpants. Not a guy that knows. Right? They can read from the Torah, Balkora, and his father was rabbi, and in flip-flops. Not stupid. So he would put Rabbeinu Tam. You understand? So it sounds because he that's very very loud, so everybody knows that he's changing tefillin. Your simple guy is going to put tefillin, change tefillin, like take off tefillin later on at the end of it. But I'm going to do it in the middle when Shulchan Aruch said don't do it. Okay, so in this case it's pretentious, don't do it. So, you understand? But small things we're gonna go by them. So the people they do not know just because they do not know halacha. It's Mishnah Berurah says it's a proper for meticulous people. If you want to or close your eyes. So if you think that it's going to improve your prayer, that's what you must do.
Mm-hmm. So as a general principle, once more, because for example, Rabbeinu Tam, let's say doing is maybe a deraisa. We'll call it a deraisa because you're not sure. Maybe you should go Rabbeinu Tam.
No. It's a rabbinic. At least this mentioned in the Shulchan Aruch.
Sorry. So I'll tell it to you in a more simple manner. So let's say Rabbeinu Tam, we say Durabanan, right? Okay. But over here with staying next to the wall, we say almost basically completely. It's better to do it this way, but almost completely optional, right? But my question is, so how do we know, let's say they're even on the same level, right? This Durabanan, this Durabanan. How do we know which Durabanan or which Deraisa we actually do when other Jews?
Exactly. So there are many times, not in Kitzur, but not many, sometimes, right? Sometimes in Mishnah Berurah says that unless this person is known to be a pious person and he's trying to do pious conduct, don't do it. Don't do it. You understand? But in this, it does not say about standing to the wall. So I'm going to not by my mind like a simple just reading the text about Rabbeinu Tam. It says about some other things. I don't know. Nothing comes to my mind. Like there are at least 3 or 4 places that I remember only about praying. Don't do it, right? And okay. So it says that don't bow when people just start, but they don't know. It's a different story. But some people try to be extra pious and they start bowing every time when they pray Shmona Esrei. Like with every blessing, he would bow. Like he's such a tzaddik, you know. So other people bow 4 times, and he started bowing every time. So Shulchan Aruch, I think, if I remember correctly, so in this his behavior he calls pretentious. Like, stop it.
So I'll give you a simple example. Let's say I can go to a normal minyan where they daven fast, but I get to be next to the wall, no problems. The Jews in the back aren't gonna feel like, oh, he thinks he's a tzaddik, so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. Versus I could go to another place where they daven slower, but there's a chance that other Jews are gonna have a problem. So is it better to go to the place with fast and less kavanah because they're davening faster, even though the whole point of me standing next to the wall was to have more kavanah?
Exactly. So you answer your question. So you have to decide where in which place you would have more kavanah, more concentration.
So when it comes to davening, we don't really care about what other people think Long
Yes.
story short. Okay.
I mean, the place was empty. I mean, it's not like you go to on and a rabbi is not there, so you sit in a rabbi's place because it's a very good armchair. You don't do that. I mean, you don't sit in anybody's chair. It's a normal place, and then you when I came to that show, but I'm down in Shachris now, so it was empty. No, nobody was there, so I took it, and now it's fine. That's it. Go fight with me.
What other general mitzvahs is one allowed to? For example, not like staying next to the wall. That's not general. But for example, davening is general. So what other general mitzvahs do we not care about what other people think? If other people are going to think badly.
Okay, so here's the thing. So you don't try to provoke people, to go against. For example, I give this example. So praying. So there is a Sephardic nusach, and for example in Saint Kaddish, right? So Sephardim say one extra word. Hasidim also say one extra verse. Ashkenazim don't do it, right? So when this Sephardic person comes to Ashkenazic social and he started saying his own way. You understand? So don't go against against that. I do not care about your mincha. Basically, I want to do whatever I want to do. So that's too much. Or if they, for example, if people on a Holomayet, right, these intermediate days, on Sukkot, on Pesach, right? So the custom of most of the people, not everybody, but majority of the people don't put tefillin. Okay, but it says clearly if you're custom of your fathers to put tefillin, your family custom for whatever reason, so you should put tefillin. So, but they say put tefillin in at home, right? Say Shema, leave it at home. So did you do your obligation? But okay, you want to do it in a shul? Go to the ladies section. Go in the back that nobody sees you. That you not everybody's face, and put on tefillin there. Understand? But some people they want to in your face, in the middle of the shul, they put on tefillin and they slap these boxes so everybody hear that no, I have different custom. I put tefillin, and that's what hatred. Yeah, go ahead.
So last question about this, I think. So let's say I'm studying Torah, okay? Now people are learning that masechta, and I'm learning this masechta. Now I was learning this masechta before they were learning that masechta, okay? Yeah. But people are saying, "Oh, you're on a different masechta. You think you're better than us, different masechta."
No. I always remember me personally, and it works 100%. So here's my no. I'm so behind. I'm so behind. Oh yeah. If only I can do whatever you do. So and people. Oh yeah. Oh, for you. Yeah. You understand? So that's what. Yeah. Go ahead.
No.
No. One side. Or you want to say something? Go ahead.
So about the tefillin, you should put it on in a not in front of everybody in a different room, even if you're going to be quiet about it.
No. One second. What tefillin are you talking about? Rabbeinu Tam, or are you talking about on Holomayet?
On Holomayet.
Holomayet. Okay. So first of all, there are always minyanim that do put the whole minyan put. So it's proper to ask people around, ask your rabbi, ask people who goes to show. I know minyan not too far from me. They put the whole minyan put, and in that place they have two minyanim. Upstairs they put, downstairs they don't put. So I mean there are the choices. You don't have to be in everybody's face. But if you insist you want to go to the shul for whatever reason, it's walking distance for you. You don't want to take a bus for whatever reason. It's your own business. So don't be in anybody's face. It says that it does not have to be during the prayer. Say do it at home.
I have one more.
After davening. So when you just so we're on the same page. So once he put Rabbeinu Rashi, regular tefillin, he fulfilled his obligation. Period. Go ahead.
What about on a regular day for shachars? would you put it on in a different room or in front of everybody?
No. Yeah, exactly. So usually people don't have time. Shachar, everybody's running.
Mm-hmm.
Like I overheard this Rabbi say to a new guy who wants to down in the front, 5 extra minutes, not acceptable. Whoa, my blood stopped. Like, whoa. He was like, don't even think like prolong for 5 minutes. People are going to eat your life. So and because everybody like running to work. So I'm making fun of it, but you understand, people are running to work. There was parking, no parking, like to the bus, okay. So basically, people do not have time, right? So he wants to put in like that, but they say after praying, not in the middle of it. All of the clowns that I know, they would put in the middle of the praying, and they would slam this box so that everybody like, yeah, why would you want to do it? Like when you attract attention, you know?
Rabbi, what's it called? But
let's finish with that. Did I answer your question? You're good? Okay, so any question, go ahead.
Isn't the halach in the Kitzur that you're supposed to put on tefillin in a side room though? On a normal day?
I don't on a Holomayet?
No. I think Or's question was on a normal day. On a normal day.
Yeah. About Rabbeinu Tam. I think that the way, if I remember correctly, what I learned, so you can do in the same room, but after the praying. So after maybe people leaving, so you can stay over, and it takes like 5 minutes, right? To put tefillin, say Shema Israel, say few psukim, and that's it. You can go home, basically.
So just to be clear, his question was about Rabbeinu Tam, not normal, not the normal tefillin.
So there were two situations which we discussed. First is a Rabbeinu Tam during the normal days, regular days, and regular tefillin Rabbeinu Rashi on Chol HaMoed. So basically the main idea, the basic idea, you're doing something different from everybody else. So everybody is not doing this. Whatever you do, you understand, and you're doing extra. So people might see as a pretentious. So I was answering to your question. So when it could be like people sees it as not normal. Okay. So answering standing to the wall. Why do they? If I stand next to the exit, they like it better. If they next to the bathroom, I mean next to the waste basket, what do they care? What is the? It's like it says. For tzaddik in first row, for mediocre second row, for rashim the last 3 rows or 7 last rows. There's no such marcation.
But what's it called? But we agree that for the normal tefillin that people wear, you put on the side room, right? Normal Rabbeinu Rashi on a normal weekday.
Yes.
Okay, that's all.
No, I apologize. Say it again. On a normal weekday, you put the
normal weekday. You don't put it on in the shul. You put it on outside.
No. I think you can put it in the shul. But not Rabbeinu Rashi, Rabbeinu Tam. Extra is Rabbeinu Tam. So Rabbeinu Tam. So you put. But it says clearly after the davening, like people start leaving, they do not care. So not in everybody's face. That's what's.
I agree with you, but I heard specifically that you're supposed to put on before chakras, Rabbeinu Rashi. You're supposed to put on. You're supposed to put on Rabbeinu Rashi before entering the shul, like in the hallway.
At home, yes, at home, yes. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, that's all.
Okay, yeah, I think we discussed it, and some of the guys on the call says why don't we do it today? So even it says it clearly. Shulchan Aruch says it's clear halacha. You put a talis, you put if you're married, if you're not married, you don't. So you put tefillin and talis at home, and that's how you walk to the shul, right? But we said if you go through the streets where most of the goyim, they're going to make fun of you, don't do it. But if it's a mostly Jewish street, so there is no problem. So the question was why we don't do it. But I think I answered. If not, I'm going to answer right now. I saw in Israel that's what people do. They came in the shul with tefillin and talis because like Jewish place, and they trying to be very meticulous. And the same with a menorah, right, on Hanukkah menorah. So it says clearly, so you have to put outside. Right, so we put it inside next to the window. It's only all after the fact. The proper way is outside. So in Israel, in many places, I saw it outside. You understand? But so we do whatever we can. Okay, so any other questions? So actually, believe it or not, okay. Okay, so believe it or not, so the time is up and we didn't even start the Kitzur. I don't know. So it's a long sieve, so we're going to leave it for the next time. But at least I think we covered very important halacha. So I want to urge all of you. So I don't speak from my mind. I read from the books. That's why I read every word. You hear every word what it says. We go a second time just to make sure. Sometimes I read 3 times, 4 times with commentary. So if you ever hear the contradiction to whatever we said, so please bring it to my attention. We can clarify. We can go with sources. It's past. I'm a human being. I also can make mistakes. Maybe I misspoke, or I don't know. Maybe okay, but we can always have to clarify. And because most of the people, from my experience, they speak from the thin mind, from zero, absolutely zero. I don't know, like, why would you say so? Especially if it's so easily to check. You understand? So that's, for me, it's mind-boggling. Yeah, go ahead.
When, like, what's one question you can ask a rabbi, right? Let's say he tells you something, this rabbi is this rabbi is that. What's one question you can ask them to see kosher rabbi or lovey-dovey rabbi? What's one question you can ask them depending on the answer?
Okay, so you can ask it. So what's the punishment for Michal Shabbos? Is it does Torah say anything about punishment for Michal Shabbos? Like innocently, that's what I do. Like with some people, like.
Is it also a red flag if you ask if they say something like close to everyone's a Tina Kshonishba nowadays, or no? Or is that not a red flag?
Of course, yeah. Okay, so I give you one example. So they say that everybody is Tina Kshonishba, and why so just for people who do not know, I'm sure that everybody know that, but I'm just going to just explain quickly, right? So it means capture baby. So meaning what? So the baby in olden days, so the goyim would capture baby, right? So the baby would outside. Parents were working in the field, so the goyim come, right? And gypsies or other goyim, they would capture the baby, and the baby is going to be raised among them. And let's say he become 18, 20 years old, and he said, "I'm different from you. Where I'm from?" And they, "Oh, actually you're the Jews. You are Jews, so go away. Go. You're from this town." So he comes back. They recognize him. He looks exactly like his father, like his grandmother, whatever. He looks so he knows that he's from this family. Okay, a simple scenario, right? So and now he's not responsible for all of these 18 years, whatever, how many years that he did not perform in the mitzvahs, because why? He was captured baby. So Rashi says, what is a captured baby? The definition of captured baby: a person who never knew that he was Jewish. So exactly as in our story, he didn't know there is a Jewish people because he was raised among these people. He didn't know that the Jewish people had Torah, and that's it, basically. Mm-hmm. So that's the definition of captured baby. So show me one captured baby in New York. Show me one person who never heard that there is Jewish people, never heard of Jewish people, never. And they did not know that the Jewish people have Torah. They have this Magen David, this size, or they have Torah scroll, basically. So I met one guy. I said, "You want to say I'm Jewish?" And he opens this Torah scroll, gold, right? And there is a scroll. I say, "You normal?" I say, "You're not allowed to go with this." It was like written in a small script. I could not see it exactly, but I say, "You're not allowed to go with this Torah scroll in the bathroom. You're normal." You understand? So it's like you, of course, it's only a copy, a replica, whatever, of Torah scroll, but you taking the Torah scroll that you think is holy to the bathroom. He said, "I never thought of it." So he's been older man, like in his 50s or whatever. So he said, I've been wearing this from my bar mitzvah. Nobody ever told him that you're not supposed to take Torah. Okay, but he knew the Torah, and he was very proud to be Jewish, very proud to be to wear this necklace, basically. That's so to say that he did not know the Jews. So he chose because of why? Because of his desires. He chose to be ignorant. Well, when he wanted to become electrician and get an electrician license, he chose to be not ignorant, but he chose to be very smart, and he finished this college or whatever, this technical college, and he becomes certified, and he has this company, that company. So why? Because he thought that he had desires for money. All the people, right? I don't want to say on the camera, but you know who we are talking about. So all of these people who say that they are Gil Kirov, they can say that all of the people Tinit Khanishbo, and they smile and very nice to you. One reason. They have no intention to bring you closer. I mean, if you come closer by yourself, very good, they would be very happy, very supportive. But if you do not ask, they're never going to tell you. You understand? But they're good in taking checks. That's very good. But if, and you can say myself, Rabbi Reuben, Rabbi Beezrat, very angry individual, like a very rebuking. Try to this tactic. So you ask one question to ask these people. So any lavi-davi rabbi or this from this skill say maybe I don't think your Rebbe is Mashiach. I think he's dead. He was a big tzaddik, and all of you are Rashaim because you're desecrating your Rebbe's name. And here what happened in 15 seconds. He's going to curse you. And you say, with this big head, with this long beard, I didn't know that knew all of the curses. Where are you hiding? You understand? Or you say maybe these weeks are not proper that allowed in your community.
So,
you understand? So love stops when the interest starts, right? When it does not, they think it does not apply to them. So they're nice to you. They can take your money, no problem. They can build a house and a second house in a shul when there is no minyan. This clown in my neighborhood. So he was raising money for shul. So and I was on his list. Whatever. I didn't remove myself. So there are 700 people who donated. 700 people donated. He does not have a minyan. Why do you need bigger shul if you don't have a minyan? You understand? But guess what? He collected the money, and he did not collect the money. After 3 days, he said, "Thank you. You know who you are. You dear sponsor who gave us like the guy gave extra $200,000 because whatever they did not raise. I think it was 24 hours marathon that people were like raising the money. They were splitting in the groups and stuff like that. They do not have minyan. On Shabbos, yes, and people come to eat and stuff like that.
So I'll ask you a good bottom line question. So let's say you have two choices, because the Ramchal talks about this, where in Mesilas Yesharim, where it's better to be around tzaddikim than it is to be alone in your room, so on and so forth, right?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So my question is like this: is it better to be around frum Jews, keep Shabbos, everything right, but lovey, or to be by yourself, or to not to speak to them, get away from their face completely? Which one's better?
So lavidar. So let's try to understand. There is no problem to love other Jews, and we have to. We're obligated to love other Jews. You understand? And but we're obligated in our kindness to bring them close, to open their eyes. It's like a doctor. So you go to the doctor, and no, not you, Chas v'shalom, somebody goes to the doctor, and doctor sees X-ray, and he sees his blood test, and he sees that this guy has a brain tumor. He's going to die unless we're going to do surgery now, not tomorrow, now. And he said, no, I have such beautiful chocolate for you. I came from Belgium, such a beautiful chocolate for you. Maybe you want to try with your wife. Maybe you go to Belgium. The guy is going to be dead in 1 month. You understand? So So and this doctor offering him chocolate. So is he good doctor, or the doctor who is going to slam on the table? So no, you're going to operation room now. If you don't operate now, you're going to be there. The guys are going to call my wife. No wife. No time to waste. You understand? So who is a good doctor? The one who cares and said we're going to do operation now, or the one who says have a chocolate? So if the one who lovey-dovey, there is no problem. You have to accept people with love and show. If you want to affect somebody, you have to show that you care, genuinely care, and you have to care. You understand? But if it's all about money, they try to milk you with money, with somebody is intermarried to the Goya, and they would not tell him because he would get upset, and we're not going to get 5,000 he donated last year. So that's people. It's better. Rambam said. We didn't get to it. I mean, we're going to get it. Maybe depends on the questions. Many questions. It's actually chapter 6, I think, in our learning of Rambam. So he said, go to the cave, go to the desert, and stay in the desert. Go ahead. Okay. So I mean, if people try to modify Torah, they're not good. They're not good. Go ahead. I think Israel had a question. Yes, Israel? Sorry.
Yes. Can you pray outside your house and do blessings in presence of Gentile friends?
So, are those two questions or one question?
I have two more, but this
Okay. Let me understand that I got the question. So the first question: can you pray outside of your house?
Yes.
So okay. So of course you're allowed to pray. Like for example, you're outside, you're in the forest, you're in the mountains, you're next to the river, next to the lake. Yeah, pray there. There is no problem. I remember one thing that I want to mention. So when somebody brought this question about praying next to the walls, so that rabbi, that person who told him not to pray next to the wall, he said it's only outside. But only outside you have to pray next to the wall. And like 1 hour later, I remember there is halach. So it says very clear. When you doing number 2, right? We go number 1, number 2 in a restaurant outside. So number 1 you can do like in the middle of the field, no problem. But number 2 they say do next to the wall. That's so he just confused the halachas. Number 2, so you would not be exposed, so people would not see you. That's proper for number 2. Okay, Israel. So second question: is it allowed to pray for non-Jews? You see, if they're not idol worshippers, if they're Noachites, yeah, you should pray for them. Absolutely.
I say this because several times I have to meet my colleagues that are like audio engineers. And what if it's time to do a mincha, for example? Can I must wait to return to my house? I must go to my house again?
No. You can pray in any place you want, even when you have peace and quiet, when you're not going to be disturbed.
And I must not be seen by them?
Yeah, they can see you, but you see, if they're going to see you, there is a problem. They might want to talk to you. What are you doing? How are you? And stuff like that. That's the issue.
Blessings for food in presence of them.
Yes, yeah, there is no problem. The only problem is the question is a blessing for food in front of Gentile. So the only issue is women are not covered, basically, not dressed properly. So here is open in the front, short sleeves.
Yes, I remember the last one.
Yeah. So, but here the Jewish women don't have to cover their hair. I mean, for halachas. Okay. Any other questions? Any topic? Okay. Good. All right. Or you're good? Okay. So let's stop here. So Beezrat HaShem. So I'm usually. So we have 4 p.m. 4 p.m. on Wednesday. Can you make, guys, 4 p.m. or no?
4 p.m. on today. I think so.
Okay.
I'll try.
Okay, so let me talk to that individual who actually the original person in the class. So maybe we can do 9, but I'll Blineder, so we're going to talk tomorrow.
For me, it's almost any hour.
Okay. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, Rabbi. Good night.
Good